Hi, my name is Rebecca and welcome to Yarn and Pajamas. Today is Crochet Podcast number 18. Hi everybody, how have y'all been these past couple weeks? I've been okay, I've been busy, I've been crocheting. I've not gotten a whole lot done like as far as like finished objects, but I have been working steadily. So I'm just going to jump right on in and show you guys what I got. So we'll start with finished objects, and as always, I feel like I always start with my hashtag movie and stitch, so today will be no different. I've got my Q movie block here, and if you've not seen my movie and stitch for the letter Q, I'll put a link down below for it. But this square is a free pattern. It is by Maria's Blue Crayon. It is called the Granny Square 2.0, and I go 8 rounds around, and I use a it's over here somewhere, a 6mm. I believe it's a J hook. It's too far. It's too far to reach, so I believe it's a J hook. I know for sure it's a 6mm, but I believe that's a J. And then the appliques are also free, and they are on the Moogly blog. And I will put links down below for everything that I talk about. And I'm not affiliated with anybody. I'm just putting these links down there so that you guys will be able to find, if you're interested in knowing more information, that it'll just be easy for you to find that information. So the yarns and colors that I use, let me scooch up here closer. This is for the square. It is a Yarn Bee mini maker, and it's the color navy. And then the letters are I love this yarn in fruit salad. I really like the fruit salad color. I think that it is definitely, it goes with all of the different colors that I've been using for my squares. So got Q finished. Pretty excited about that. And I am parched today. I have drank water after water after water. So I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to drink while filming because already my mouth is starting to get that cottony feel to it. I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm really thirsty. Always, the reason my water looks like it's ice cold or whatever is I always put those True Lemon packets in my water. I like to put 2. I like my water to be a little bit sour, but it's really good. Really like it. I can do with 1, 2 preferable. And I want to try I want to loosely say the word recipe, but I want to try to make like a lemon shake-ups using the True Lemon packets and Splenda. I wonder if it'll work. I'm going to try it tonight, and I'll let you guys know if it works or not. Okay, so moving on to the next finished object. Let me reach over here and get it because it's so mammoth. But I got my advent calendar finished, and I'm going to try to hold it up here for you guys to see. But I will put a picture in right over here of it laid out on my bed. But the last time that you guys seen it, it was all complete except for I needed to put these bands on that, like, I can stick my finger through, and it goes all the way through to the other side, so I can stick a rod through there. And I needed to put the letters on. Numbers on. So I got those put on. And I'm going to try to show you up close. I used puffy paint to just write them on. And I used the puffy paint, but really I should have just used fabric paint. It's got my hair all messed up. Because puffy paint is not like it used to be. I remember like back in the 90s, like early to mid 90s, you remember how like, especially like my mom done them all of the time, so if your guys around my age, it would be like your moms would have done it. But, or, you know, I even done a few of them when I was younger, but I know I was about like high school age. But like, it was like Christmas scenes, and you had all of the different, like you could buy like the sweatshirt, and you ironed on the Christmas scene, and then you traced with the puffy paint, and then you hit it with the iron, and it expanded and poofed out like really big. Yeah, this puffy paint does not do that. It's like barely poofs out. It was a waste of my time, that extra step. I should have just went with fabric paint. Or am I using it wrong? If anybody's out there that's saying, oh, Rebecca, you've used it wrong, this is how you need to do, let me know down below, because I've got like a half a bottle of white left. So like, I would like to, you know, use it up for something else. Let me know if I'm using it wrong. But that's how the numbers turned out. So I did make notes. Oh, and I also backed the back with some fabric. It was just this piece of scrap fabric that I had purchased from a thrift store, I believe, and it was like exactly like this wide across. Like, I didn't have to trim any off of the sides, but it was like really long, so I did have to cut it there. And then I done that, like what Ella said, that roly skippy thing, and then just crocheted in the purple part, and then like just sewed them together. Yeah, it was an experience, I'm not gonna lie. I hope the next time that I back, it'll be a little bit easier for me, because there was like a trial and error. I did buy this like pretty fabric. It was very colorful. It was nutcrackers. It was very Christmassy. And I measured everything like 2 or 3 times, cut out the fabric, and it was too short. It was too short like this way, and too short long ways. I'm like, how did I mess that up? I still don't know how I done it. But again, math is not my strong suit, so I may have to have somebody help me the next time with my cutting. But I'm going to tell you all the colors that I used for this, because I did write them down. Last time I had troubles because I couldn't remember. This time I'm prepared. I've got it wrote down on my computer here, so I'm going to tell you. It's all Caron Simply Soft. I purchased all of this yarn either online or at Joann. I know I got some from eBay. I got some from Etsy. I probably got it anywhere that sold Caron yarn. I probably bought some of it from there. So the canvas color, the background color here, is just called Off-White. And then it's kind of hefty. It's got some heft to it. So this blue right here and this blue right here is the same. It's called Blue Robin's Egg. It's called Robin's Egg. I was going to say Bluebird, but I'm like, that don't sound right. It's Robin's Egg. So this like purpley pink color is called Blackberry. This green color is called Chartreuse. Then this rusty color is called Pumpkin. That's the Robin's Egg. Then we've got Gold. I think it's just called Gold. Let me make sure. Yes, Gold. And then this blue is called Cobalt Blue. And then let's flip it over here. And for the tree, it's called Dark Sage. And then these buttons I just purchased at Joann. It was a pack of like different green buttons, and I tried to get the buttons, I don't know if you can tell, but I tried to get them, they're like a turquoisey color to match like the outside there. That's Star is gold as well. So she is finished. Now, what I'm going to put in her pockets are these little ornaments that I found at Hobby Lobby. They look like little dangly bulbs. feel like they kind of look a little retro, and I kind of feel like this looks very like maybe a mod retro type. And I got them from Hobby Lobby. It's the My Little Christmas, and then they were half off, so I paid like $2, and I got 2 of them. So I'm definitely going to use like the purples and the greens and stuff that are in here, and then like the reds. Like I'm going to try to get as many of these colors on here as I can. Like I'm not really fond of the green because I don't like green on green, but that's just me. I may change my mind, I don't know. But when I get this all hung up this year for Christmas, I will definitely remind you guys by showing you a picture of her all hung up on her rod. Lay her over on the bed. Okay, so moving on to my last finished object. You know how like every month is like a Cancer Awareness Month? Well, September is they call it Gynecological Cancer Awareness Month, but it's kind of unfair to lump all of the lady bits cancers into one. Well, I don't think ovarian and cervical cancer, I don't know, they may have their own. So I wonder if it's just uterine cancer. Why they would call it gynecological, I don't know. Anywho, to me, it is Uterine Cancer Awareness Month. If you don't know, back in 2017, I was diagnosed with endometrial cancer, which is cancer of the lining of the uterus, the endometrial lining. So that's where my cancer was. I know there's different types of cancers within the uterus, and that's the kind that I had. So, I was extremely lucky. It was caught very early, and I unfortunately did have to have a hysterectomy, but that was it. No chemo, no radiation, and then I just have a 3% chance that it can come back. But being that I don't have a uterus, but I guess it can still attach onto something else. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how all of that medical stuff works. But I do just want to say, since it is Uterine Cancer Awareness Month, that you should take care of yourself. And I know like getting your downstairs checked is extremely uncomfortable. Like I said, like anybody who's not supposed to be down there and having them poking around, it's like you kind of don't like it. But it is important because my symptoms that I had that I went to the doctor for was completely like not related to the cancer. So the cancer was found taking care of this symptom that was not like a byproduct of the cancer. And that's the thing about these cancers for women in the reproductive organs, like the ovaries and the uterus and the cervix, is that by the time that the symptoms from the actual cancer show up, it is usually progressed and metastasized to other organs. That's why it's very important to be checked out. I kind of went dark there for a minute, and I'm really sorry about that, but it really does lead into my next finished object. But just, let's stay healthy. All of our body needs to stay healthy. Yeah. So it is Uterine Cancer Awareness Month, and I have made you guys aware. So I feel like my job is done. But I want to introduce you to my new uterus. This is a happy uterus. My old uterus was angry, so she had to go away. So my new uterus is happy. Say hello. Isn't she just the cutest little thing? So I decided I wanted my uterus back, so I wanted to make one. But I was perusing Etsy one night, and I come across this store on Etsy. It's called Not Monsters. And there was like a little ebook, and it was called the Organ Edition. So like there's all of these internal organs that you can make, and the uterus happened to be one of them. And I was like, I am definitely making the uterus. But it has a bunch. It has like your lungs and a heart and like a stomach, I believe, and a pancreas. I mean, there's just a ton of them. So I made this little gal. And I love this yarn. This is called Hot Rose, the pink. And then the ovaries, yes, complete with ovaries and fallopian tube. I mean, can you believe it? The ovaries are in linen. And I used a 3.75 millimeter F hook. And I used 8 millimeter safety eyes. And then her mouth and her little cheeks are just like scraps of Shepya's Katona cotton that I keep in a little baggie for little facial features like this on amigurumis. But I really like her. I really enjoy her. So she says, get your uterus checked out. Okay. So that's all I have for finished objects. That's it. So what have I been working on that is actively being worked on? Well, I did sew some more blocks, squares, together for my movie and stitch. So I've got one whole row done. I, J, K, L, and M. They are all sewed together, and now they just need to be sewn to the rest of them. And I was lazy, I won't lie. I was downstairs, and the rest of them are right here in this little tote right here, and I just did not feel like at the time walking upstairs and getting them. So I was like, I'll just wait until I make me a podcast, and I'll grab the tote when I'm up there. I mean, I come up here almost every night to go to bed, but yeah. And then I started on the next one, so I got N, O, and P, and now wherever Q went, I can add Q, and then R, and so forth and so on. So I got that done. And I have one more that is active. Oh no, I have another finished object. I completely forgot about it. Okay, so I was watching the crochet, I was watching Crocheting House Mouse, Angelia at Crocheting House Mouse. And she made these wind spinners. So she got the pattern. It's free on YouTube by Ophelia Talks, and I know everybody in the free world's probably seen them by now. But oh my god, I fell in love and I wanted to make one, so I did. But I hung it up. That's why I forgot about it. It's outside. So I'm going to pop in a clip of it spinning around. I'll go take a clip of it while it's doing its thing, and I'll put it in here. And it is so cute, and it actually works. That's why I went ahead and hung it up. It's because I wanted to see if it actually did work. So the little claw clip on the bottom, I was thinking that I would make like different, like a pumpkin, a leaf, an acorn, that kind of thing, and just be able to clip and interchange them out. But I've decided not to do that now, so I'm going to remove that section, and I added it in, so I'll be able to just cut it off and pull it off, and it won't affect the rest of it. But I've decided I don't want to do that now. I like it just plain like that. I'm really digging it. So I did use what hook did I use? Did I write it down? I used an F hook, a 3.75, and I love this yarn in linen, terracotta, and brown. And then the light brown, the tan part, is Big Twist, Value, and Camel. So again, it is a free pattern here on YouTube at Ophelia Tops, and I will put links down below so that you can go watch it. But it was super easy. I done it like I was watching Criminal Minds. I did chain 90 to get the length of mine. Yeah, I had fun. I had fun doing it. It was a lot of fun. So I'm gonna make some more. I want to put some teal in the next one with some fall colors. I think that would be really pretty. I see a lot of teal with fall decor now. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Sorry, I forgot about that finished object. So back on to the whips. Okay, so the only other active whip that I've got right now, I mean, I've got other whips, I've just not actively been working on them, is I am working on the Mickey and Minnie Gnome. I'll pop in a picture here of what they look like from the designer. And that's Pam Pino's store, and it is a paid-for pattern on Etsy. I love her patterns. I'm just going to say it. I love her patterns. Her store is always running a sale, and it's like a really good sale. Most of the time, her patterns are 70% off. And like her newer ones that she just releases aren't as cheap as the other ones. But she will send out coupons for them too. I just love her patterns. She has the cutest gnomes. I just love them. So I'm using my newest Mini Maker Club bag from T-Doddles here. This is the one, I believe it's from July's bag. It's got, it's like a treasure map in the shape of a skull, and then on the inside it has sharks. Let's see if you can see the sharks. I love it. So here's what I've got done. So I definitely have their little bodies done. So one, it looks like I stuffed from one a little bit more than the other, but usually I feel like I got them pretty dang close for being a pair, because usually I can't get my pairs to look identical. It's like I always stuff one more than the other. So here are their bodies. So here's their bottoms, and the color I used here is called Bridal White, and this is in the Shepyace Katona Cotton. It's the Bridal White, and this is Hot Red. Very Mickey Mousey colors. So I kind of am doing it pretty much assembly style. So I'm trying to make all of the parts and then go assemble them, which I don't know why I decided to do this, because you know, sewing is my least favorite part of it to do. So of course, that's the part I'm going to save till the end, and then I'm going to regret it and be like, oh, I wish I still had more stuff to crochet. But you know, I just felt like I wanted to get, I don't know, I just wanted to do it. So I'm trying to get all of the pieces separated here. So I've got both their little noses done. And this is Shepyace Katona Cotton, and it's in the color called Peach. And they have several peaches, but this is just, I believe, peach. I don't know. Sorry, I didn't mean to get up on you, but yeah, it's just called Peach. So I've got two little noses, and so these will be sewed on probably about like right here, like that. And they're a little, oh, up a little, probably a little bit higher. And then, you know, their little beard or hair go down. So I have Have 4 little arms done. So the arms, again, peach and hot red. Got those done. So those will be sewed like this right here. And I kind of like to tack mine down. I don't like my gnomes to have sticky outy arms. I like them to be flat to their sides. So I always tack my little arms down. That's just how I prefer them. I mean, other people might want their gnomes to be arm free. I do have on Mickey Mouse, he has little yellow buttons for his like little suspender pants. So I have his little buttons, and this is in the color lemon. I just have to do like a little stitch work for the X's for like to look like they are sewn on to his pants or whatnot. And then the last thing I have completed are the ears for their hats. I've got 4 of them here. I've got 2, but it's like a tangled up mess. It's like I just can't get right. So the only thing I have left to do are Minnie has some white spots that go on her body. I have to make 12 of those. And then the 2 hats and a symbol. And then that's all that I have left to do. And then they will be finished. So that's what I'm working on. Here's what I've got done of the hat so far. This is the first hat. About to pull a stitch out. Let's make that bigger. That's what I have. And this is using the color Jet Black. Okay. And I am using a 2.20 millimeter hook to make these beauties with. Put everything back down in the bag so I don't forget it. Oh, and I'm also going to put on Minnie's, she has braids. And I found these cute little bows at Joann's. They are Offray brand. And they look like they have like you can stick them on something. It looks like a little tab, a glue tab or whatever. I'll probably hit it with a little bit more stronger glue. But I'm going to put those on her braids. And, oh, Minnie does have somewhere, oh, there it is. She has a bow, but I used that puffy paint to make the dots. In the pattern, it calls for you to sew on beads, and I use the puffy paint, and I'm not entirely thrilled about it. So I was thinking about turning it over and just gluing some beads down to it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not thrilled with how the puffy paint worked on my bow, but I don't want to remake the bow, so there's where I'm at. Okay, so that's all I've been working on. So we will move into acquisitions. Now, this past weekend was the Blueberry Festival in Plymouth, Indiana. And I went to the Blueberry Festival, and along the way back, I stopped at an antique store in Columbia City. And I think it's called Antiques on Highway 30 or something like that. But I found some crochet doilies there that I purchased because I felt sad that they were there. I didn't want them to be there. I thought that they deserved to be somewhere other than there, and so I bought them and brought them home. So the first one is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to wash it and reblock it because it is gorgeous. Look at this. Look at those. Are these like called calla lilies? Is that what kind of flower that is? But look at that. And it's definitely homemade. Like somebody made this. Somebody made this. I fell in love with it. I did pay $10 for this, which that was another thing. I didn't really like that antique store. It was extremely overpriced. Extremely overpriced. So, but again, I wanted to save it, so I got it. It's really hard to show off doilies because they're so floppity flop, but yes. So that was my first find. I can't wait to. It feels a little stiff, so I think at one time it was probably stiffened. But I'm not gonna stiffen it. I'm just gonna try to block it. So the next one I found was so precious. I could not leave it behind. Look at that. Is that not the cutest? I paid $3 for this one. And I'm sure that there's probably some discoloration or whatever on it, but I thought it was just, yeah, there's a stain right here, but I thought it was just so precious. I couldn't leave it. I would love to know the story behind it, you know. And then the last one that I found was this one. I think it may be like a coaster or something that you hang up, because it does have a tab to hang. But I thought it was just so cute, and I paid $3 for it as well. But see, it has like the little tab, so I don't know if it was like a decoration or supposed to be like a hot pad. I mean, it does feel, you know, fairly thick, but I'm going to wash it up and either use it as a coaster lovingly or do something else with it. I don't know, but I thought it was cute and I couldn't leave it behind. So those were the 3 doilies that I found at the antique store. And then the only other purchase I made was at the Blueberry Festival. And as we were walking in, there was like a pottery stand, and he had a yarn bowl. So I went ahead and got it, and here it is. So it's got the different holes, and he said it was like if you were using multiple little balls, you could put the different colors through and it wouldn't get tangled. And then you have, you know, the normal stuff over here. But this person who made this bowl, and they had a red one and this blue one, and blue is my favorite color, so I went with the blue. But it's called Your Music Pottery, Abstractly Functional Art, Enhancing the Spiritual. That's what it says. It's the only complete operational mobile pottery studio in the world. That's what his card says. And it is, his name is Kurt Bueth, Buethe, and he's from Miram, Indiana. So I'll leave all of his information below. It looks like he has a Facebook and an email if anybody is interested in pottery. But, you know, I always like to what is that, like support local artisans. So I was really excited about a local artistry person. There's what the bottom of it looks like. I paid $35 for it. So yeah, and he was actually making some pottery while we were there, so that was pretty cool. So that's it on acquisitions. Did you guys have a good Labor Day weekend? Mine was relaxing. I didn't do a whole lot. I went to the festival and stopped by the antique store. That was it on actual Labor Day. I woke up to a surprise story time here for just a few seconds. So, you know, I have two dogs. I have a Chihuahua and a Yorkie. And my Yorkie, he is old. He is like 12 or 13. He's blind. He can't see hardly. And because he can't see, he doesn't like to go for walks now. So, like most of the time, when he goes potty in the yard. Well, he didn't go potty Sunday night. So sometime Monday morning, he potties in my bed with me. So he has no shame in his game. He's just like, oops, I gotta poop. I go poop and I go move to another part of the bed. So I get up and go downstairs to go potty, and I come back upstairs and lay down, and I'm like, my leg hit something wet. I'm like, what is that? Get up, what is it? It's poop on my blanket. That's what it was. So that's what I done my Labor Day morning, was I had to get up, take the dogs downstairs, get him done. My mom got him all cleaned up and stuff. I had to clean off my bed, and then take and wash all of my blankets. So needless to say, I got up way too early on a holiday. Way too early. But I love him. He's so darn cute. I just love him. And like I said, he has no shame in his game. None at all. None at all. So that was my story. But I hope you guys had a good holiday weekend. It was, you know, it wasn't... We went to Walmart Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, we went to Walmart Saturday, and there was like hardly anybody there. And I'm like, what? It's like never happens. Yeah, so let's talk about upcoming things that I want to accomplish. So, upcoming Movie and Stitch on Wednesday for my R movie. So if you want to see what I watched and see what I thought about it, you can stay tuned for that. And then next Wednesday starts the collaboration that me and Terry at Yarn Joy Podcast have been working on for Stitch Your Library. That's going to be so much fun. And we are hoping that a lot of people will join in as well, because our libraries want to be stitched. They're calling out our names. They really are. So we need to stitch them. They want to be stitched. So we're going to stitch our libraries, right? So Stitch Your Library starts not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. So I'm really pumped about that. I want to finish my gnomes. I got some other gnomes that I've gotten all of the stuff picked out for that I want to start on. So hopefully I can have something there to show you. I need to finish up the hats for the Yoda hats. I got 2 to make. So I at least want to get 1 done. Well, I'm not going to say 2 because we all know that's not going to happen. 1, at least 1. I'd like to work on at least 1. I have like my blanket, my Ouija board blanket, spirit board, we'll call it that. The spirit board blanket. I'll put in a picture here of what the designers looks like. I want to pick that back up and start working on that. I probably won't get that finished for this Halloween, but that's okay. I'm going to work on it at least. And then I do want to make some pillows, and I bought pillow forms, so I have two 12-inch pillow forms now. My friend Annette picked me one up from Joann, and then Amazon had one and I got it. I want to make it's a Sarah Satch pattern for, like, it's a reversible, like one side looks like Santa and the other side looks like an elf, like their belts. I'll put her video down below, but I'm also going to put Angelia from Crocheting House Mouse, her video where she turned that pattern just by taking it from the colors, changing the colors, and then adding a few different elements, how she turned it into Halloween pillows. And that's what I'm going to make, is those Halloween pillows. So I'm going to make at least one Halloween pillow. So I at least want to get started on that. I've already got me some orange yarn and some white yarn pulled out. Start working on it. I just got to do it. I think that is it that I can think of. So yeah. So I want to say thank you to everybody who has really stuck through these 40 minutes watching this. But no, I want to say thank you to everybody who stops by and hangs out with me. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate everybody who leaves comments for me down below. I read every comment and I try to respond to every comment because I want this to be like a dialogue thing. So I really enjoy that. And oh, I'm also participating in the 3-color challenge, and I'll link that video down below. But go over and give me some ideas of what you want to see me make with that yarn. So yeah. Okay, well, I've kept you guys for long enough. 45 minutes is long enough, Becky. So I'm going to talk to you guys later, and I hope you have a great week, and I will see you later. Bye.